Good morning. This lesson is for my Integrated 1 class, but before I get started, I want to say that I hope everyone is doing all right out there. I don't remember what lesson this is. It might be Unit 6, Lesson 1. I don't know. I'll title it correctly in the title, but what is important is our goal for the day. And our goal is to review creating an equation of a line that represents a situation, what points on the line, above the line, and below the line imply. It's really important that we understand this as we move into the next section. So it's going to be a little long-winded. I want to review some things, but I figure that if we spend the time reviewing, we at least conceptually understand what this lesson is trying to accomplish. So let's jump into our first and only goal. Let's pretend we have $40 to spend on $4 hats and $5 masks. If we let X equal the number of hats we can buy and Y equal the number of masks we can buy, we can create two ordered pairs that represent buying only hats or only masks and spending $40. So if X is the number of hats I can buy, and hats are $4 a hat, that means that I can buy 10 hats and spend $40, but that also means that I didn't buy any masks. So I can buy 10 hats, 0 masks, and spend $40 because hats are $4. I could also only spend my money on masks. I could buy 8 masks, 0 hats, and still spend $40. I have two ordered pairs, and last semester, once we had two ordered pairs, we had enough information to write an equation of the line. So let's go through this. From here, we can figure out the change in X and the change in Y. We can use our formula from first semester to write the equation that represents the situation. I want to make sure I'm on the whiteboard before I go any further. I realize I'm pretty far over there, and I'm just barely in bounds. All right. So this equation is going to represent spending $40 on $4 hats and $5 masks. And remember our formula from first semester, f of x is equal to the first y value plus the change in y over the change in x times parentheses of x plus the opposite of the first x value. Real quick, to go from 10 to 0, that means you have a change in x of minus 10. And to go from 0 to 8, that means you have a change in y of positive 8. So we have all the information we need to plug into our formula. I'm going to hit pause, erase all of this, set up some space so I can work this out and graph and get into the second part of our first goal is understanding what it means to be on, above, or below the line in the situation spending $40 on $4 hats and $5 masks. So I'm going to erase everything and I'll be back. I'm back. Let's go ahead and continue with our problem here. So remember we were creating an equation of the line that represented spending $40 on $4 hats and $5 masks. And we could buy 10 hats and spend $40 and buy 0 masks, or we could buy 0 hats and 8 masks and still spend $40. So both of these ordered pairs represent spending $40. And we have our formula from first semester that we use to write an equation. And we want to write an equation that represents spending $40 on $4 hats and $5 masks. I have to keep remembering what this is about. Okay, so let's plug stuff in here. My first y value is 0, so this is going to turn into f of x is equal to 0. My change in y is plus 8. My change in x is minus 10. And then it's x plus the opposite of the first x value. So my first x value is plus 10. The opposite of my first x value is minus 10. All right. So let's deal with that fraction a little bit. I'm sure some of you know what we can do, but I'm gonna go about this and break down some numbers and simplify it. I'm going to move the negative up to the numerator. Remember, we can do that. We can move the negative up to the numerator. And I'm also going to make my fraction a smaller number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by 2. And so now we get f of x equals, not plus, f of x equals 0 plus -4, because that's -8 divided by 2, over 5, and then we're going to multiply that by x minus 10. Now, we have a fraction in the problem. We don't like fractions. So let's go ahead and multiply everybody by the denominator so we can deal with this distribution here. So I'm going to multiply everybody by 5. You get a 5. You get a 5. You get a 5. Remember, this is considered one number, so it only gets one 5. I'm going to rewrite the equation up top here of what we get. So I get 5 times f of x, and that's equal to 5 times 0, that just goes away. So I'm not going to put anything there. But here I have 5 and a 5, I can cancel that out, and now I'm left with -4, parentheses, x minus 10. Let's distribute this out, and I get 5 f of x equals -4x, -4 times -10, that's plus 40. One more step, and I've written the equation of a line that represents spending $40 on hats and masks. So let's divide everybody by 5. Okay, and we get f of x equals -4x over 5 plus 5 goes into 48 plus 8. This equation represents that situation. I have a graph here. I'd like to graph this line, the line that represents spending $40 on $4 hats and $5 masks. Remember, we begin at 8, and we move to our next point by using slope of -4 over 5. So I rise in the negative direction, so I go down 4. I run in the positive direction, I move to the right 5, so we start at plus 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where we begin. To find my next point, I go down 4, right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 right there. Let's go up. Up to there, sorry. Let's go up to there. And then from here we go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we go over another 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we hit here. I don't think I drew a very good line here. I think that needs to come up just a little bit. There we go. So I actually have 3 points on this line. Normally we find 2, but here I have 3, and there's a reason why. Where did I hide my ruler for myself? I hid it from, oh, there you are. All right, my point's still off. Let me redraw that point one more time. It's right there. Okay, so I want to discuss the points on the line. Remember, that's a big part of this lesson. What do the points on the line mean? What do the points above the line mean? And what do the points below the line mean? I think if we understand that, we're in a good spot for this lesson. So we have the point 0, 8. And 0, 8, as we saw before, meant spending $40 on buying $8 or $5 hats, right? We bought 8 $5 hats. Here, I bought 10 $4 masks and spent $40. This ordered pair, 5, 4. Well, that meant that I bought 5 $4 masks, and I bought 4 $5, I'm sorry, I bought 5 $4 hats, and I bought 4 $5 masks. There we go, I can figure this out. Well, in each case I spent $20, right? So this point right here is also spending $40. This is also spending $40. So as we've seen in this last section, any point on the line is a solution. And remember, our equation represents spending $40. This point represents spending $40. So now the question is, what does it mean to be a point below the line? So if I plug in the value, let's see here. Let's be strategic with the value I pick. I want to pick a value with 5 in it for my x, and I want to pick a value with 5 in it, so I cancel that out. Right? Well, actually, it doesn't even matter because I know how much the hats and the hats and mass are. So, for example, if I pick this point, forget what I said. If I pick the point 2, 2, that means that I bought 2 $4 masks, and I bought two $4 hats and 2 $5 masks. So this right here, this represents spending $18. Okay? Because I bought 2 $4 hats and 2 $5 masks. Right? $8 in hats, $10 in masks, I spent $18. Notice its location. It's below the line. What if I pick the point, I don't know, 3.8? That means that I bought 3 $4 masks, so I spent $12 on masks, and I bought 8 $5 hats, so I spent $12 on hats and $40 on masks, so that meant I spent $52. Look at the location of this point. Look at the location of this point. Where does the location, what does it mean to be above a line that represents spending $40? What does it mean to be below a line spending $40? I guarantee if you pick any combination of points down here, you will spend less than $40. If you pick any combination of points above, you will spend more than $42. So I want to just talk about this example because I think that this is a good way to conceptually understand what it means to be on a line, what it means to be below a line, and what it means to be above a line. On the line, you spent 40. Below the line, we spent less. Above the line, we spent more. This is very important conceptually for the next set of lessons. Let me get the words out correctly. Again, I hope everybody is doing all right out there. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.